Tamil Nadu's 2026 election is no longer a predictable DMK versus ADMK battle. This time, there is a third force and it could change the game completely. Actor turned politician C. Joseph Vijay has entered the arena and his presence is already shaking up the political landscape. For decades, power has alternated between the two Dravidian giants. But now Vijay is attempting something different, a direct pitch to youth, urban voters and first-time voters who feel disconnected from traditional politics. His strength is not just popularities, it is mobilization. Fan clubs have turned into ground networks. Crowds are visible. Momentum is real. And that's what makes him dangerous for established players. Because this election may not be about who wins outright. It could be about who loses votes. The ruling DMK, led by MK Stalin, is fighting to defend its governance model and welfare push. The ADMK-led NDA under Palani is trying to ride anti-incumbency and build a counter-narrative. But Vijay sits outside this traditional binary, positioning himself as the anti-establishment alternative. Even as a modest vote share for his party could split the opposition space and tilt results in dozens of closely fought seats.
Particularly harm everybody. That's my understanding. Because you see, he's obviously when he's coming in as a third player, he's going to get this natural I'm not satisfied with politics voter, the young voter. Particularly, he's got a fan base which is young, and there is a certain socio-economic background for his fans. Those fans who are not aligned to any political party, who have a distaste for politics as usual, who are slightly younger than the average member of other political parties, will vote for him. And he will secularly hurt both the formations.
Meanwhile, the campaign war is heating up. Union Minister Piyush Goyal launched a sharp attack on the DMK leadership, calling Chief Minister Stalin divisive and anti-India.
You don't need to predict. The people have made up their mind. The verdict is out in the open. Very clearly, Tamil Nadu wants change. They will not forgive the DMK government led by Stalin, his son Udayanidhi Stalin, Sabri son, this whole family politics of theirs, full of corruption, deteriorating law and order situation, the drug menace which is eating into the vitals of our youth, huge proportion of our state remaining undeveloped, is not being liked by the people of Tamil Nadu. They want change.
Very bright opportunities in Tamil Nadu. I am confident people are very wise. They are going to vote for NDA. In Andhra, Tamil community is there. We are working together. Always Telugu and Tamil are working together and complementing each other. Not now, for decades together, for centuries together. This time also, I am confident. I am advising them, I am requesting them to vote for NDA for future of Tamil Nadu.
So is Vijay just a spoiler, or is he the beginning of a new political shift in Tamil Nadu? On this issue, I am joined by Kalyan Raman, senior leader from BJP, Tamil Nadu, R. Suresh Kumar, political researcher, and Brijesh Pandey, input editor of Newsline. Let me straight away go to Suresh Kumar. Suresh, do you think that Vijay has the capacity, as Karthi was saying, to go for a secular cut? He will cut into both DMK and ADMK.
See, actor Vijay, Joseph Vijay, I should mention, of TVK, is just breaking vote share, mostly from the ADMK. Because always there is an anti-sentiment and anti-votes against the DMK. That usually goes to the ADMK alliance. Now that doesn't go. That goes to Vijay. So he hurts mainly AIADMK. He hurts a bit of in BJP too, in DMK and VCK, and also Seaman's party, NTK. He's cutting across all parties' votes. But most of the vote share which Vijay is going to garner is from AIADMK. That's for sure. And also he's only a spoiler. See, the narrative what he started, that was made by Prashant Kishore. He was the one who said on day one 20%, 30%. After that, it is not in the ground level. It is not 20 or 30%. He is just garnering about roughly about 11 to 14%. He might be 11 to 14%. That's all. But in the coming days, we will know how is the what is the vote percentage polled. We will know that. This narrative first, he said the fight is between DMK and TVK. That is not the fact. Now in Tamil Nadu, the fight is between the DMK alliance and the AIADMK alliance.
Okay, okay. So you're saying basically the fight is between DMK and ADMK. Okay, okay. Let me take Mr. Raman. Sir, you don't think that Vijay is a wild card here?
I think I will disagree with Suresh on this because there are three segments at least that he is taking away. A good amount of them is from the DMK. One is the Dalit votes that have been enjoyed by the Vidudalai Chiruthigal Katchi. The second is the Christian votes. Vijay himself being a Christian, there have been a huge amount of protest in the Christian dominant districts like Kanyakumari, Thoothukudi and so on, that the archbishops or the brothers, they have been asking the local Christian population to vote. On the contrary, some youngsters are protesting that no such decision can be taken in a place of faith. So that being the case, the Christian votes are getting split, which has been going to the DMK and Congress together by and large all the time. So always we say that the DMK alliance together with the Congress always gets 20% they jumpstart with, whereas we start with zero. Whereas in the current scenario, that is not the case. There is a huge split. That the third segment is the women who are given 1,000 rupees, what they call it as Urimai Togai. That segment is also Vijay is taking away. Of course, the youth is another factor, but the youth is a common factor. I'm not getting into it.
Okay.
At least three segments which are predominantly, which are expected to go to DMK, are being taken away by Vijay. Of course, he might be taking away a good amount of anti-incumbency votes also. But if the anti-incumbency is something like 10%, if he is taking away some 5%, whereas he is already losing at least 5-6% of the earlier thing, the gap that I'm expecting is anything between 5 to 6% between the DMK alliance, the BJP alliance. This is what is going to impact the election. As he said, one point I agree with him is that he is a spoiler. He's going to get something close to 15%. That is what is my understanding. If he's going to get more Christian votes, then it is going to be more damage for the DMK, which is what is expected now in the fag end of the electioneering. So given the situation, the DMK alliance is bound to have a huge damage happening for them.
Okay.
Also, the most important component, the alliance of DMK is already decomposed. The VCK is not happy with the DMK. Congress is not happy with the DMK. DMDK is spoiling. There were three references which Premalata was making, which are exactly going against DMK. So given the situation, DMK is in a complete shamble. It is in a decomposed state. That is my understanding.
Okay. Brijesh.
Well, I think, he's going to be a bit more than spoiler, but we'll have to wait and watch about the percentage of votes he is going to poll. The fact of the matter is that, yes, he provides a vibrant alternative, as Suresh was talking about, about people who are dissatisfied with DMK, but they don't feel overtly, allured by the promises being offered by AIADMK and BJP. And if it goes to Vijay, if Vijay is not being a secular cut, as Karthi was saying in his interview, by meaning that he's going to cut votes from both DMK as well as AIADMK, if he doesn't go for a secular cut, then I think, he may end up damaging AIADMK because, all the anti-incumbency, all the pockets from where, usually the vote would shift from DMK to AIADMK and thereby, turning the equation, that will not happen. A majority of that chunk will be subsumed by him. But I think, one of the things which we have to also understand is that we have always seen that there are film stars, who come, who create a lot of buzz. You know, there are the majority of the people, when you talk to them, you know, he's very popular. He's a film star, popular film star for 3 decades. And, you know, most of these youths who are flocking to his rallies and all. But if you ask them that, like, are you going to vote for them, as been read in several reports and all, they say that, you know, they just wanted to have a glimpse of the star. Now, whether this glimpse of a star is going to convert into the vote, if it does, I mean, even 30-40% of what is being touted, then I think he will
then
knock
this
a
brings me
substantial
to
chunk out.
a sort of a broader issue. Mr. Suresh, what made MGR a different personality then? I'll come to you, Mr. Raman. Then what made MGR a different personality? You know, so that the people would understand that after MGR, so many stars came and went by, but they couldn't create that magic which MGR was able to do that.
No, that's not only Dr. MGR. Late Jayalalitha was also a charismatic leader. She was a charismatic leader and a crowd puller. Okay. And the late Vijay of DMDK, he was a good crowd puller. In the first elections, after he floated the party, he got nearly about 9% vote share. And his first conference, the crowd was about 9 lakhs, 8 to 9 lakhs. 8 to 9 lakhs when he floated the party. That was not the crowd for Vijay also, when he floated the party. See, Vijay's crowd, you see, we have seen the crowd. We are also having an eye on the crowd. The crowd, 40% of the crowd is between the age 13 to 17. 13 to 17, 40% of the crowd. They're not eligible to vote. They're all fans. You should note that. See, they like to see a film star. That is it. See, they see Vijay's film, they see Rajnikant's film, they see Surya's film, everybody, Ajit's film.
Okay.
There are fans. To see the fan film star.
So basically, Mr. Kumar, you are saying that, you know, a lot of people come, but all of them are not voters. Mr. Raman, do you agree with that?
On this portion of what he is saying, I'll agree with him for the simple reason that the crowd is homogeneous, not exactly the same kind of crowd. It is more of youth. A good amount of them are not people who have the voting rights. They are just they want to take a glimpse of Vijay. They come. Of course, they are fans of Vijay, no doubt about it. Whether they are in a position to number 1 vote, number 2, whether they are in a position to influence the common voter. These are two components on which Vijay may not be having a thing. You came to the question of Dr. MGR. I'm coming to that also along with Vijay Kant. It's because it is very pertinent. Dr. MGR as well as Vijay Kant, all their films, they always fought for the society in the film itself. They exhibited the social bonding throughout their film career. Even the launch film of Vijaykanth was called Swadeshi, in which he had played a wonderful role of taking care of the social needs. So a common man got connected with both Dr. MGR as well as Vijaykanth in a comfortable manner. Of course, he got 8.33% vote, as was told by Suresh. And it's not 9, 8.33. But then, in the case of Vijay, the numbers are going to go up because Vijay also carries a faith color, a religious color, which is also attractive. So this is something we need to understand. Also, we are in an era where the social media is so vibrant that people get influenced by social media. So these two components cannot be ruled out, from where Vijay is getting more percentage than what Vijay Gawanta had got. And coming to the question of what Brijesh was saying about the anti-incumbency, I have a specific observation. Always, if you look at anti-incumbency votes, they always go towards what is the most viable alternative, not the one who is also running. In this case, the who is also running, also ran category is TVK, that is Vijay's party. The viable most alternative component is the NDA. So the majority of the anti-incumbency votes will go towards the NDA because people want to change. When they want to change,
but Mr. Raman, just to remind you, if you recall the 2009 election, you know, when YSR Reddy was, you know, that for the second time, you know, when Andhra government, Andhra state went for polls under YSR, Praja Rajyam party by Nagarjun was floated, and they ended up, I think, garnering 4 to 5% of the vote. And Praja Rajyam, instead of eating into the Congress vote, they ate into TDP's vote, sir, if you recall. And they got, I think, Emirates in double digit, and they became part of the UPA. And Chandrababu Naidu, could not make a comeback. And that is how Congress had 10 years. So sometimes, third party can also eat into the vote of those who are trying to contest the people sitting in power.
No, see, I'm going to 2016 Tamil Nadu elections, where another combination was put into place, headed by DMDK, Vijay Kant's party. A six-party alliance was floated, which together got only 6.1% vote. But then they have eaten into the anti-incumbency vote at the time, because Vijay Kant himself was seen as an alternative at that time.
Okay.
So such factors will be there. But in the current scenario, that is not going to happen, because he's only attracting two major elements. One is the Christian votes, another is the technology-driven youth votes.
I think
beyond that, he is not in a position to attract. And if at all he's attracting, which is the Dalit votes, which are more towards the DMK, not with the AIADMK.
Okay.